welcome to the Knicks-Verse. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. Much appreciated. Tonight, we're going to talk about the very unmagical win by the Knicks over the Magic. Much closer than it should have been, but a win is a win. The Knicks are back to 500, 21-21. They've actually matched their win total of last season with 30 games to go. But this play right here, this is the Reggie Redemption game. This play right here, man, I feel, because, you know, Reggie is a really good guy. You can tell he's a very good person. He's a very soulful person. And, you know, you don't want to see people like that suffer. Look at this. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful block. Oh, he got that steal. That was fantastic. Fantastic. But the thing was, the play right before that was an inbounds play that Burks, for some reason, didn't inbound the ball to Frank, who was right in front of him. Instead, he gives it to the worst ball handler on the court at the time for the Knicks, Reggie, in the corner. And, you know, it ended up being a jump ball situation. He dribbled into traffic. And then when the jump ball happened, he jumped too early. So the Magic regained the possession with a chance to win this game. I mean, they've been on, I think, an 11-game losing streak, I think. Whatever it is, it's been a long losing streak for them. So you can tell, I mean, you knew that, I mean, they wanted to win this game. It would have been just fabulous for them. But luckily, wasn't to happen. Oh, what a relief. Man, this game, see, I think I gained about 100 extra gray hairs in this beard because of this game. I was chilling. I mean, the Knicks were up. It was fantastic. I was relaxing. I even went and made another drink. But then the Magic went on a 10-0 run to close the third quarter and then started the fourth with 2 buckets. So it was a 14-0 run. Got them right back in the game. And then at that point, it was a seesaw battle. But fortunately, Julius, who had started off really cold, in the first half, he was 2 for 10. But he regained his touch a little bit. Let's go to the box scores. Yeah, I mean, he finished 8 of 20. So, you know, he went 6 for 10 in the second half. He even hit 1 3-pointer. But the assists were the game. A triple-double for Julius Randle. Right now, Julius, he's averaging, I believe, 22.9 a game. 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 47.5% of field goals, and 40.8 from the three. That's pretty amazing. I don't think a Knick has ever finished with 20-10-5 ever. And if he finishes with 20-10-5 and maintains the 40% 3-point field goal percentage, only one other player in the history of the game has ever finished with that. And that is none other than Larry Bird. That's the kind of season Julius is having. That's all NBA to me. Even though, and you can see today he struggled in the beginning. Sometimes he didn't have the lift on his legs. He might still be a bit fatigued from that back-to-back. So this extra day off in between Sunday's game and today's game is going to be good for them. Hopefully, and hopefully we'll get quickly back, because Frank got a start today, his third start of the season, and Burks got the start over Reggie Bullock. And Burks got us off to a great start. He really was the offense in the beginning. He scored, I think, 8. He had like 8 of the 10 points in the beginning of the game for the Knicks. And Randle got off to that 1-5 start, but then Reggie Bullock came in. He hit a corner 3, and the Knicks started climbing back in, because we were down in the first quarter. Once again, we were down in the first quarter. These are the kind of things. But what's nice about it is the second unit came in, and I believe without IQ, I think this is the first time that the second unit has actually given the Knicks a lead. They actually played pretty good defense. There was some good floor spacing. It was Obi, Knox, Burks. Who else was there? Obi, Knox, Burks, Taj, and Bullock. That was the starting, or not starting, but that was the starting unit of the second quarter. floor spacing was good. So I was, and Randle and RJ got a rest because it was a good thing. And maybe Thibs had planned it that way because RJ played every single minute of the second half, and Randle played every single minute but 2 of the second half. So our workhorses, Randle again, 40 minutes he played. Barrett, 42. Frank Ntilikina got off to a slow start. Wasn't connecting, but you could see he was engaged in the game from a defensive standpoint, and you kind of felt like he was going to come around. He was actually going to start providing some offense, and I believe his first points were a free throw, and that, I think, unlocked him a little bit. He ended up hitting 3 of 7 3-pointers. He hit a huge 3-pointer from the corner that I believe gave us the lead. After we had lost the lead in the fourth quarter, his 3-pointer gave us the lead back, and I don't think we ever gave it back up after that. Finished 4 of 9. Only 1 assist. But a steal. We ended up, and Bullock had 3 steals. That's pretty sweet. Bullock had a tremendous game. Coming off the bench. He played 36 minutes. 7 of 16. Look, see it, 6 of 13 3-pointers. This is what we need. That's what his job is. And he's doing it. That's why I'm so glad that probably his best game of the season could have been a disaster ending for him. Because, if the Magic had scored in that last play, my God. the things that would be, the smoke that people would be flinging at Reggie Bullock tonight right now would be tremendous. But fortunately, that did not happen. We even saw Taj. Taj did some moves. Knox got in the game, didn't put a bucket up, but we just need his presence because we're down so many players right now. Derrick Rose made an appearance. He was on the bench, in street clothes. So who knows? Apparently there's some ruling. It's a privacy rule, so they're not allowed to tell us exactly what happened. So I would imagine that I don't know. It'd be hard to imagine that he ended up getting COVID and he's already well enough to be back on the bench, or maybe he got it. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but whatever. He was there. So hopefully that's a good sign that he's going to return pretty soon, because we need people. We basically are 3 point guards in our depth chart, our top 3, all out for this game. So Frank got the call. And I got to say, Frank, he is showing that he's actually, he's definitely not, he's not a point guard. But do we really need him to be? He can take the point guard role, but if you put other ball handlers around him, like a Burks, an RJ, or a Randle who can run the offense, Frank can just glide out on the 3-point line and boom, 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 give you 3 3-pointers. Look at that. He finally delivered, and I got to tell you, those were very key buckets that he hit, because that's when the offense was sputtering a bit. Oh, boy. But R.J. Barrett, that kid, that young man, we are watching a young player fulfill his promise. And we have no idea how far he's going to go. I personally think we've got ourselves a bona fide all-star in R.J. Barrett. He's only 20 years old, the youngest player on the team. So exciting. Man, before the game, they had this stat up. This was his last 13 games. 19.1 points, 51% field goals, 54% from behind the arc. 5.5 rebounds. Oh, yeah, he was a rebounding beast today. I think today he gave us, 9 rebounds. Oh, wow, I'm so relieved, man. I thought this game was gonna just be a total outright. I thought this was gonna be like the game where once we gave up that lead, and the way Julius was playing, he He was amazing with assists. But he just wasn't scoring. He just didn't have it sometimes. But then he finally started cooking. He cooked a little bit, which when you have other people contributing, I mean, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in double figures. That's and even Frank got 13 points. Burks 10 rebounds. Randle 10 rebounds. Taj Gibson gave us 6 rebounds. He had a nice score down low in one possession. Yeah, I love when Randle does that. He just kind of like does a little one-handed shovel pass to Reggie. He just immediately just sinks it. And here he does it again. But yeah, there was one series where he was just flaming. Like he hit a 2, and then he hit a 3, and they came down and he hit another 3. 8 points in a row. I love when they do the heat check. Something that the Knicks don't do often enough. I mean, I guess for Randle we do, because he's our number one dude. But that's something that we really got to seek out more. We've seen it a little bit, Burks from time to time. But when someone's hot, give him the ball. Let's see. Maybe he can string like Reggie just did. Three buckets together. And when that happens, it demoralizes the defense. I've been talking a lot about the psychological aspects of the game. It's actually one of the less discussed elements of the game. When players, like you saw it, when the Magic did it towards the end of the third quarter. They strung some buckets together. They started getting their confidence. And the inverse of that is the Knicks started tightening up. So then instead of it being a 6-0 run, it extends to 10-0 and then 14-0. Oh, as you can see, this is the look of relief, but at the same time concern. Because if we had given this kind of effort against the Phillies or the Nets, those would have been blowouts. So we're lucky that the Magic is a team deeply in trouble, also missing a lot of players. But that's the NBA. I mean, everybody's hurting. Some players just, they hit walls. It's just what happens throughout the course of the season. And you just have to find a way to gut the win out. And I gotta say, the Knicks did it. And Julius, actually, in that fourth quarter, he was that player. You could see he was like, we're not losing this damn game. And he came down low. He drove a couple of times. He got some they weren't that easy, the buckets, but he made that play. That was fantastic. That was a key bucket that Burks made at the end. The score, he got the score up to 90-94, but he missed the and one. You gotta hit those free throws, man. Yeah, our free throw shooting has not been that fantastic lately. We actually only got to the stripe 11 times and hit 6 of them, 54.5%. And the Magic hit 81.3% of theirs, 13 of 16. So there you see. That's why this game that was trending to become a blowout just didn't go that way. Well, I hope that the end result from this is that Frank continues to get some time on the court, because his defense is just something special. And he really hasn't, he has so much more to show. He has a lot more to give us. And that just requires time on the floor. All right. Well, I'm so glad we got this game. So glad we got this game. Back to 500. I think, let's see, where are we in the standings? All right, we're in 7th place behind Atlanta and Charlotte. We have the Phillies on Sunday. That could be a redemption game for the entire squad. Hopefully we'll have one of our other point guards back. I honestly, at this point, I'd even take Elfrid Payton back. And you guys, and you know, that's saying something coming from me. But we need people. We need bodies. We need people who can handle the ball, who can at least attempt to run the offense. And maybe with the time off, Elfrid has watched enough film, has listened to everything that's happening, and he will modify his approach to the game. Because he definitely has abilities. They just get muddled with his mistakes and his inefficiency. So hopefully he can eliminate the negs of his game and just hold on to the positives, because at this point we need his minutes. But I would prefer that quickly, hopefully just a couple extra days off, and maybe the ankle sprain wasn't that big a deal, that he'll be back on the court for Sunday, because I want that game. New York wants that game. We want that game. It will be 22 and 21, and then we play the Wizards on a back-to-back. Whew. We could end up 24 and 21. 3 games over 500. I know, that's a lot to put on. You don't want to think that far ahead, but why not? We're fans. That's what we want. All right, well, thanks so much for coming by the Knicks-Verse. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so and hit that thumbs up button. And let's go Knicks!